What if I told you that 3 vegetables, ones you might think are healthy, could actually be working against your body after the age of 60? And that by simply swapping them for 3 others, you could boost your energy, sharpen your mind, and even help your body fight disease. Most people don't realize this, but as we age, our metabolism, gut health, and blood vessels respond differently to certain foods. What was once a superfood in your 30s might actually be slowing you down in your 60s. Today, I'll reveal the 3 vegetables you should avoid after 60, and the 3 you should eat every single day. If you want to stay strong, sharp, and thriving for decades to come. Let's dive in. Most people think that if a food is labeled healthy, it stays healthy for life, no matter your age. But here's something you might find surprising. The vegetables that once gave your body strength and vitality in your younger years may not work the same way when you cross 60. In fact, some of them can quietly chip away at your energy, disrupt your digestion, and even aggravate age-related health problems. It sounds counterintuitive, doesn't it? After all, vegetables are supposed to be good for you. We've heard it since childhood: eat your greens, they'll make you strong. And that advice is still true in many ways. But just like our bodies change with the years, our relationship with food changes too, including the way we process even the most nutrient-packed vegetables. After the age of 60, your metabolism just slows down. In a vague, abstract way, it shifts at a cellular level. Your digestive system produces different amounts of enzymes, your gut microbiome evolves, and your body becomes more sensitive to compounds that it once handled effortlessly. Foods rich in certain fibers, starches, or plant chemicals may now interact differently with your blood sugar, your joint health, or your cardiovascular system. Cooking or something that used to feel light and energizing might now leave you bloated, achy, or fatigued without you realizing the connection. And because these vegetables have such a good reputation, most people never suspect them as the culprits. The truth is, food is not just fuel, it's information for your body. Cooking or every bite you take sends chemical signals that can either support your health or slowly chip away at it. This is why the same plate of vegetables that once boosted your workouts in your 30s or kept you going through long workdays in your 40s may not serve your body the same way now. The hormonal shifts, changes in muscle mass, and even the microscopic wear and tear on your blood vessels that come with aging all mean that your body is playing by new rules. Cooking or, and if we keep eating as though nothing has changed, we might be feeding problems without even knowing it. Think about how a favorite shirt from years ago might not fit the same today. It's not that the shirt has changed, it's that your body has. The same concept applies to food. The perfect diet for a 30-year-old is not identical to the perfect diet for someone in their 60s. Cooking or the nutrients you need more of, the plant compounds you can process efficiently, cooking or and the way your gut bacteria interact with your meals all shift over time. Or, certain vegetables that were once harmless or even beneficial may now create more stress than support for your system. The problem is, these changes happen gradually and quietly. You don't wake up one morning and suddenly notice that a certain vegetable is no longer doing you favors. Instead, you might just feel more tired than you used to, experience more digestive discomfort, or find that your joints feel stiffer, your skin looks less vibrant, or your blood sugar spikes more easily. These little red flags are often brushed aside as just getting older. But in many cases, they're your body's way of asking for a new approach to nourishment. Science has shown that age-related changes in blood vessels, inflammation levels, and gut health can be influenced by the very vegetables you eat every day. Some plant foods can encourage your blood vessels to stay flexible and your brain cells to stay active, while others might encourage the opposite, causing stiffness, inflammation, or metabolic stress. This doesn't mean those vegetables are bad in a universal sense. Cooking or it means they may no longer be the right match for your body's current stage of life. Cooking or just as you wouldn't train for a marathon using the exact same plan you used 30 years ago, or you also shouldn't fuel your body in your 60s with the exact same foods you ate without thought decades earlier. It's not about fear and it's not about giving up vegetables altogether. It's about recognizing that there are some that deserve a new place on your plate, and others that might need to step aside for now. The first step in making those changes is awareness, and awareness starts by questioning the old assumption that all vegetables are always good for everyone at every age. Once you open that door, you can start to see patterns in how your body reacts, and that's when the real transformation begins. As we move past the age of 60, something fascinating happens inside the body, and it's not just about wrinkles or gray hair. The way our organs, tissues, and even individual cells respond to food begins to shift in ways that are subtle but incredibly important. This isn't just a poetic idea, it's grounded in biology. Every time you eat, you set off a cascade of chemical reactions that influence everything from how you store energy to how efficiently you repair damaged cells. Cooking or when you were younger, your body was like a high-performance engine that could burn through fuel, adapt to small mistakes, and bounce back from a day of poor eating without much trouble. After 60, that same engine still runs, but it requires a different kind of fuel to operate smoothly. One of the biggest changes happens in your metabolism. The cells that once turned food to energy at lightning speed begin to work at a gentler pace. This is partly because muscle mass naturally decreases over time, and muscle tissue is a major driver of calorie burning and nutrient processing. With less muscle mass, the body's overall energy demand declines, which means the same foods that once felt balanced might now tip you into excess. Excess sugar in the bloodstream, excess fat stored around the organs, and excess inflammation that lingers for longer than it used to. At the same time, your digestive system is evolving. The production of stomach acid, bile, and certain digestive enzymes changes with age. These shifts can make it harder to break down and absorb specific nutrients, especially from high-fiber or starch-heavy vegetables. The gut microbiome, that vast ecosystem of bacteria living in your intestines, also changes. Certain beneficial strains that once helped you extract antioxidants or keep inflammation low may no longer dominate. Meanwhile, other strains, cooking or some link to bloating or discomfort, may take over if fed the wrong kinds of foods. This means that the very vegetables you relied on for years to keep you healthy could now trigger indigestion, gas, or even spikes in blood sugar. Another factor is how the vascular system responds to food. Your blood vessels are lined with a delicate layer of cells called the endothelium. In youth, this lining is flexible and responsive, able to widen or narrow to control blood flow with ease. But over time, oxidative stress, microscopic damage, and low-grade inflammation can make these vessels stiffer. Cooking or certain plant compounds that once had a neutral or mildly positive effect might now place extra stress on this already delicate system, contributing to higher blood pressure or reduced circulation. This is why some vegetables, even if they're technically low in calories, may not be the best choice for maintaining optimal cardiovascular health after 60. Hormonal shifts add another layer to this puzzle. Cooking men and women both experience changes in hormones that influence how the body handles insulin, how fat is stored, and how efficiently the body repairs itself. These changes can magnify the effects of certain vegetable compounds. For example, natural sugars or starches might now cause a sharper rise in blood sugar, or certain plant chemicals might interact differently with an aging immune system. Foods that once fit seamlessly into your diet might now send your energy on a roller coaster. It's also worth noting the role of chronic inflammation. After 60, the immune system often shifts into a state that scientists call inflammaging, a slow, persistent level of inflammation that can affect nearly every aspect of health. The wrong foods can amplify this inflammation, while the right ones can help calm it down. Certain vegetables contain compounds that, in younger years, the immune system might easily manage or even benefit from. But in later life, those same compounds might tip the balance toward more inflammation, joint discomfort, or digestive distress. All of these changes, metabolic slowdown, digestive evolution, vascular sensitivity, hormonal shifts, and inflammaging, mean that your body is no longer playing by the same nutritional rules it did in your 20s, 30s, or 40s. The diet that once kept you feeling light, energized, and invincible might now leave you feeling sluggish or unwell, even if you can't pinpoint exactly why. That's why simply knowing which vegetables to avoid and which to embrace isn't just about following a trend. It's about aligning your eating habits with the biology you have today, not the biology you had decades ago. The first vegetable to be cautious with after the age of 60 is corn. While corn is often considered a wholesome, plant-based staple, its high starch content makes it more similar to a carbohydrate-rich grain than to a nutrient-dense vegetable. This means it can rapidly convert into glucose in the bloodstream, spiking blood sugar levels more sharply than many people realize. In younger years, your body might have managed these surges efficiently, but after 60, insulin sensitivity often declines. This means your cells are less responsive to insulin's signal to absorb glucose, and excess sugar lingers in the bloodstream longer, cooking or putting more stress on the pancreas and potentially contributing to inflammation. Corn also contains compounds that can be harder to digest for those with age-related changes in gut function, leading to bloating or discomfort. Another vegetable that deserves a closer look is the white potato. Potatoes are high in rapidly digestible starches, which can cause quick increases in blood sugar followed by sharp drops in energy. Over time, these fluctuations can worsen insulin resistance. Cooking or, which is already a concern for many adults over 60, in addition to their glycemic impact. White potatoes offer relatively few protective antioxidants compared to more colorful vegetables. The way they're often prepared, baked into casseroles, mashed with butter, or fried into chips or fries, adds extra fats and sodium, further reducing their value for vascular health. Even when prepared plainly, they can displace more nutrient-rich vegetables from the plate, leading to missed opportunities for compounds that support brain, heart, and immune function. The third vegetable to reconsider is eggplant. While eggplant is naturally low in calories and high in fiber, it contains solanine and other alkaloid compounds that can aggravate joint discomfort or inflammatory conditions in some people, particularly those with arthritis. As the body ages, low-grade inflammation becomes more common, and these compounds may be less well tolerated. Cooking or. Additionally, eggplant's fibrous skin can be harder to digest for those with slower gut motility or reduced digestive enzyme production. Cooking or, leading to gas or discomfort. For some, this isn't an issue, but for others, repeated exposure can subtly contribute to inflammation or digestive strain. What makes these vegetables particularly tricky is that they're not inherently bad foods. They each have some nutritional value. Corn provides certain antioxidants like lutein and zeaxanthin that support eye health. Potatoes offer potassium, which is important for blood pressure regulation. Eggplant contains niacin, an antioxidant found in its purple skin that protects cell membranes. But after the age of 60, the question is no longer just about whether a food contains beneficial nutrients. Cooking or. It's about whether your body can handle it without triggering other problems. This is where bio-individuality, The concept that different bodies respond differently to the same foods becomes more pronounced with age. It's also important to consider the ripple effects these foods can have on meal balance. High-starch vegetables like corn and potatoes can push other nutrient-dense, lower glycemic vegetables off the plate, or limiting the intake of compounds that keep inflammation down and circulation healthy. For example, replacing corn with leafy greens not only reduces glycemic load, but also delivers nitrates that support blood vessel flexibility. Replacing potatoes with colorful root vegetables like carrots or beets can provide fiber and antioxidants with a gentler effect on blood sugar. Swapping eggplant for zucchini or bell peppers can preserve variety while offering a wider spectrum of antioxidants with fewer digestive side effects. Cooking or understanding these nuances isn't about labeling foods as good or bad. It's about recognizing that the balance of benefits and drawbacks changes as your body changes. What was once harmless or even helpful might now come with trade-offs that outweigh its positives, particularly if eaten frequently or in large portions. This awareness allows you to make targeted adjustments without giving up the enjoyment of food or the variety in your meals. One of the best vegetables to include daily after the age of 60 is spinach. This leafy green is packed with vitamins, minerals, and plant compounds that directly support the systems most affected by aging. Spinach is especially rich in vitamin K, which plays a crucial role in maintaining bone density, a key concern as bones naturally lose strength over time. It also contains lutein and zeaxanthin, antioxidants that concentrate in the eyes and help protect against age-related vision decline, such as macular degeneration and cataracts. Its nitrates support vascular health by improving the flexibility of blood vessels, which helps maintain healthy blood pressure and circulation. Because spinach is low in calories and has a low glycemic load, it provides these benefits without spiking blood sugar, making it an easy choice for those managing insulin sensitivity. Another powerhouse vegetable for daily consumption is broccoli. This cruciferous vegetable contains sulforaphane, a compound shown to activate the body's natural detoxification pathways and reduce oxidative stress at the cellular level. This is important after 60, when accumulated oxidative damage can contribute to chronic inflammation, weakened immunity, and even cognitive decline. Broccoli is also a strong source of vitamin C, which supports collagen production for healthier skin and joints. Its fiber content helps nourish beneficial gut bacteria, which in turn influence immune health, mood, and nutrient absorption. Because broccoli also contains plant-based compounds that help regulate estrogen metabolism, it can be particularly helpful for postmenopausal women. But its benefits extend to men as well, supporting hormonal balance and cardiovascular resilience. The third vegetable to include daily is the humble carrot. Carrots are loaded with beta-carotene, a precursor to vitamin A, which is essential for vision, immune defense, and maintaining the integrity of skin and mucous membranes. Beta-carotene is also a powerful antioxidant that helps neutralize free radicals, protecting cells from damage that can accumulate with age. Carrots' natural sweetness makes them an appealing addition to a wide range of meals, and their fiber helps regulate digestion, which can become more sluggish after 60. They are also a source of potassium, which supports heart health by helping regulate blood pressure and counteract the effects of excess sodium. What makes these three vegetables particularly valuable is that their nutrient profiles address multiple areas of aging simultaneously. Spinach supports vascular function, bone health, and vision. Broccoli bolsters detoxification, immune strength, and hormonal balance. Carrots enhance eye health, skin integrity, and antioxidant protection. Together, they create a nutritional foundation that not only supplies essential vitamins and minerals, but also delivers phytochemicals that work at a deeper, cellular level to counteract the biological processes that contribute to aging. In addition to their individual benefits, these vegetables are versatile and easy to incorporate into daily meals. Spinach can be blended into smoothies, added to omelets, or tossed into soups and salads. Broccoli can be steamed, roasted, or added to stir-fries, and lightly cooking it can even make some of its antioxidants more available to the body. Carrots can be eaten raw for a crunchy snack, roasted for a richer flavor, or shredded into salads for a touch of natural sweetness. Because they each have a mild flavor profile, they can complement a wide variety of cuisines, making it easier to include them consistently without dietary monotony. It's also worth noting that these vegetables provide a nutrient-dense alternative to higher starch vegetables that may cause blood sugar fluctuations. By emphasizing spinach, broccoli, and carrots, you can keep meals satisfying and colorful while maintaining stable energy levels throughout the day. They help crowd out less supportive choices without making you feel deprived, allowing you to focus on nourishment rather than restriction. This shift in emphasis from what to avoid to what to embrace can have a profound effect on how the body feels, functions, and repairs itself in the years beyond 60. The key to making long-term dietary changes after 60 is to think in terms of swaps rather than restrictions. Cooking or, instead of simply cutting out vegetables that may not serve you well anymore. The goal is to replace them with alternatives that deliver greater benefits while still satisfying your taste preferences and keeping meals enjoyable. This approach works because it focuses on abundance and nourishment rather than on a list of prohibitions, making it far more sustainable. If corn has been a regular side dish, for example, try replacing it with a generous serving of steamed broccoli or sauteed spinach. You'll still get a hearty portion on your plate, but you'll also be providing your body with fiber, antioxidants, and blood vessels supporting nutrients that work in your favor at this stage of life. When it comes to potatoes, swapping them for roasted carrots, sweet potatoes, or even mashed cauliflower can provide a similar comfort food experience while keeping blood sugar levels more stable. Sweet potatoes, while still a source of natural carbohydrates, have a lower glycemic impact than white potatoes and contain higher levels of beta-carotene and vitamin C. Cooking or mashed cauliflower, when seasoned well, offers a creamy texture without the starch load, and it's rich in compounds that support detoxification pathways and reduce inflammation. These replacements can be made gradually, cooking or allowing your palate to adjust while your body benefits from a more supportive nutrient profile. For those who have enjoyed eggplant but find it causes digestive discomfort or worsens joint stiffness, switching to vegetables like zucchini or bell peppers can provide similar versatility in cooking. Zucchini can be grilled, roasted, cooking or spiralized into noodles, and it's easier to digest for most people. Bell peppers not only add vibrant color and sweetness but are also loaded with vitamin C and other antioxidants that support immune health and collagen production. Both options keep meals visually appealing and flavorful while delivering nutrients that actively counteract some of the processes associated with aging. Another important strategy is to layer in the vegetables you want to eat more of into recipes you already enjoy. If you regularly make soups, stews, or stir-fries, you can simply shift the ratio so that supportive vegetables like spinach, broccoli, and carrots make up a larger portion of the dish. Cooking or while the less ideal choices are used sparingly or not at all. This way, you're not completely overhauling your meal patterns. You're just tilting the balance toward foods that better match your body's needs now. Over time, your taste buds and your digestive system will adapt. Cooking and you'll likely start craving the foods that leave you feeling energized and clear-headed. Meal planning also plays a role in making these swaps stick. Cooking keeping your refrigerator stocked with ready-to-eat or prepped vegetables means you're more likely to reach for them in the moment. Washed spinach leaves, chopped broccoli florets, and sliced carrots can be kept ready for quick salads, stir-fries, or snacks. Having these foods accessible reduces the temptation to fall back on old habits that don't serve you as well anymore. Similarly, roasting a big batch of colorful vegetables at the start of the week can give you a convenient base for multiple meals. Or, making healthy swaps feel effortless. It's also helpful to think about texture and flavor when making substitutions. If you enjoy the hearty bite of corn, you might appreciate the satisfying crunch of lightly roasted cauliflower or sauteed green beans. If you like the softness of cooked potatoes, roasted parsnips or turnips can provide a similar mouthfeel with a different nutrient profile. These small adjustments can keep meals familiar while quietly shifting the nutritional content in a way that supports better energy levels, more stable blood sugar, and reduced inflammation. Over time, these changes accumulate, influencing everything from digestion to cognitive clarity. Cooking or without requiring drastic restrictions or a loss of enjoyment in your meals. Small daily choices add up over time, and when it comes to health after 60, these choices often matter more than we realize. The food you eat is one of the most direct ways you can influence how your body ages, how much energy you have each day, and how well your systems continue to function. By focusing on vegetables that work with your body rather than against it, cooking or give yourself the tools to maintain vitality, independence, and mental sharpness. The shift isn't about perfection or sudden transformation. It's about creating consistent habits that gradually reinforce your well-being. Every meal becomes an opportunity to either support or strain your body, and the more often you choose the supportive path, the more resilient you become to the natural challenges of aging. When you consistently include nutrient-dense vegetables like spinach, broccoli, and carrots, you're feeding your body the compounds it needs to protect and repair itself. Spinach helps maintain healthy blood vessels and supports bone strength, or broccoli stimulates the body's natural detox pathways and strengthens immune defenses. Carrots nourish your eyes and skin while delivering antioxidants that slow cellular damage. These benefits compound over weeks and months, creating a stronger foundation for long-term health. Even more importantly, they help you feel the difference in your day-to-day life. Steadier energy, clearer thinking, and better digestion. Avoiding vegetables that cause more harm than good after 60 also plays a role in this equation. By limiting high-starch options like corn and white potatoes, you reduce unnecessary spikes in blood sugar and the inflammation that can follow. Cooking or steering clear of vegetables that are harder to digest or that may aggravate inflammation, like eggplant for some people, minimizes discomfort and helps your body focus its energy on repair rather than on managing irritation or stress. Cooking or these adjustments don't require you to give up variety or flavor. Cooking or they simply direct your attention toward foods that align better with the way your body works now. The beauty of these changes is that they're adaptable to any lifestyle or cooking preference. Whether you enjoy quick stir-fries, hearty soups, fresh salads, or roasted vegetable trays, you can design your meals around the choices that offer the greatest benefits. The process becomes even easier when you treat your kitchen as a supportive environment by keeping the right ingredients on hand. If spinach, broccoli, cooking and carrots are always within reach, you're far more likely to reach for them out of convenience, turning good intentions into effortless action. Cooking it's also important to remember that taste preferences evolve over time, just like the body does. The more often you prepare and enjoy the vegetables that work in your favor, the more your palate will begin to crave them. Over time, meals built around these choices won't feel like a compromise. They'll feel natural, satisfying, and complete. Cooking that's when healthy eating stops being something you have to do and become something you genuinely enjoy. Cooking or this mindset shift makes it far easier to maintain these habits for years to come, ensuring that the effort you put in today continues to pay off well into the future. Consistency is the thread that ties all of this together. Cooking or eating well once in a while won't much of a difference, but eating well most of the time creates a powerful cumulative effect. It influences how quickly you recover from illness, how steady your energy stays throughout the day, and even how optimistic and engaged you feel in daily life. Each plate of food is a chance to reinforce the kind of health you want to carry forward. Cooking or, over time, these small deliberate choices become second nature, and the benefits they bring, from better mobility to clearer thinking, become part of your everyday experience.